B-Marsh Boxing, what's happening, world? Jesse Vargas versus Mikey Garcia has been announced and finalized for February 29th. Mikey Garcia signs a one-fight deal with Dazn. Okay, so the man, Mikey Garcia, is planting his flag that he's going to be campaigning at the welterweight division. Although Jesse Vargas supposedly was supposed to be campaigning as a junior middleweight, why, I don't know. But looks like this fight's gonna be a middleweight. So Mikey Garcia is a four-time weight, four different division weight class champion, 39 and 130 KOs. Okay, he's gonna be facing Jesse Vargas, who's they call him a two-weight champion, but I just consider him a one-weight champion. When he had a WBA regular title, Floyd Mayweather and Keith Thurman were the champions with the WBA. Matter of fact, he is. No, I'm bugging. He's a WBA, not a. Sorry, Adrian Broner and these types of guys was a real champion at 140 with the WBA belt. He had a kind of minor tier belt that he fought. Uh, what's the guy's name? Alek Kabardiev, the same guy AB beat for that WBA title. And I even thought that Jesse Vargas lost that fight to Khabib Alakabidiev. You know what I mean? But I'm sorry, Jesse Vargas has been a 147-pound champion, and I was there the night he did it when he knocked out Saddam Ali in devastating fashion in D.C. at the D.C. Armory. I was there for that, and I'm not gonna lie, that was one of the best fights that I've witnessed live. You know what I mean? Back and forth. Jesse Vargas was not favored to win that fight, and it's funny because that night there was some guys from Brooklyn who were sitting in front of me, and I had some floor seats. You know what I'm saying? I was probably like 10 rows back, maybe a little less. Okay, on the floor I had some floor seats, and there were some guys from Brooklyn, and we were talking boxing, and they came all the way from Brooklyn to support their boy, Saddam Ali. Slim even showed me he got Saddam Ali phone number in his phone. Okay, so they was talking big ish at that time. Matter of fact, at that time, at 147 pounds, there was I think Danny Garcia had a WBC belt, okay, that he had beat off Robert Guerrero. So these guys from Brooklyn in front of me, man, they was talking mad ish, talking about Saddam Ali after he knocks out. Now they didn't even say after he knocks out. They said he could beat up. He gonna beat up Danny Garcia. I told these guys like, yo, man, let's see if the man Saddam Ali could even pass the test tonight versus Jesse Vargas. You know what I mean? Jesse Vargas, a Los Angeles guy. I'm sorry, Las Vegas fighter, fighting in D.C. for that fight, and Saddam Ali being from Brooklyn, of course, on the East Coast. It was more of a home fight for Saddam Ali, where I've seen him fight at least 3 times before at the D.C. Armory. He got knocked out. The rest is history. Before the main event started, which was Luis Ortiz versus Tony Thompson from Washington D.C. Those guys was out of there. They didn't return back to their seat. Those guys probably was on I-95 North going back to Brooklyn, probably crying in the car. You know what I mean? I swear to God, I took their seats basically. They didn't return back for their seats. They were just a row in front of me, but I went and sat in their seats. You know what I mean? They didn't come back for the main event. Anyway, so yeah, Jesse Vargas has been a 147-pound champion. He lost on points to Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao dropped him in the second round, and he gave him a thorough beating. You know what I mean? But to me, the real question is Mikey Garcia rolling over there to DAZN for a one-fight deal just to fight Jesse Vargas doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? Because really and truly, I can understand Mikey hasn't been in the ring since he got outclassed thoroughly by Errol Spence, okay, in Texas Stadium, right? I can understand taking a tune-up fight, and this is not a bad tune-up fight. You know what I mean? It's not a bad tune-up fight at all. But just to get a tune-up fight with Jesse Vargas, you have to sign a one-fight deal with the Zone. Look, let's be honest. If he's still campaigning at the welterweight division, Where all the welterweights stacked? They're over there on PBC. They're on PBC side. He had all kind of guys to fight out there. He even had Robert the Ghost Guerrero, who's on a comeback trail. You know what I mean? Shit, the man Austin Trout, he been talking about he wants to slim down to 147 pounds. That's a guy Mikey could have tried to weight drain. Although, man, Austin Trout would still be a big dude, man. He's still a big dude. But to me, I can understand that probably DAZN threw him a bag, threw him a lot of money just to fight Jesse Vargas. Probably made him an offer he can't refuse, especially for a fight that he has a good chance of winning. It's a tough fight. I'm not knocking this fight at all for a comeback fight after being out the ring since when? Maybe March when he fought with Errol Spence. You know what I mean? Okay, it's not a bad fight at all. But what's up with guys like Josh Taylor? You know what I'm saying? Look, like I said, if the guy really wants to campaign and fight the best welterweights of the world, if he wants to campaign at 147, what's the point of leaving PBC to go fight Jesse Vargas? You know what I mean? And like I said, it more than likely is because the zone has thrown him the bag just to come for a one fight deal. And in my opinion, if you're going there for a one fight deal, and this one fight deal has options if he wins, you know what I mean? So don't be surprised if he does resign for some more fights over there if he does get through Jesse Vargas. But the best fight to me out there to make on the zone for Mikey Garcia, is a Josh Taylor fight. You know, the lineal 140-pound champion is Mikey Garcia, and I don't understand how he got that title just from beating Sergey Limpinets. Baffles me, don't make sense. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, Josh Taylor is a unified champion with an IBF belt that Mikey Garcia beat off of Sergey Limpinets. You know what I mean? So that's a former title he used to have, and also Josh Taylor's unified. You know what I mean? So that's the better fight to make over there rather than Josh Taylor. Because I'm sorry, rather than Jesse Vargas. Because on the real, if he wants to still campaign at 147 pounds, then it looks like he's doing some ducking, really and truly. Looks like a duck move to you know what I'm saying, to not compete against the other welterweights of the world. You know what I mean? Mikey Garcia has had he's made a career out of avoiding certain fighters. Let's be honest. I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. They call him a 4 different division champion. Who was his first title against? I believe it was against Roman Rocky Martinez. And Roman Rocky Martinez put him on the canvas in round 2. And let's not forget that, you know what I mean? Okay? He quit versus Orlando Salido. Or maybe that's when no, he fought, was it Roman Rocky Martinez or was it Juanma Lopez? He got dropped in the second round by Roman Rocky Martinez. I believe it was versus Salido. Or maybe it was Juan Manuel Marquez. I can't quite remember. One of the two. But I know it's a 130-pound title. Matter of fact, 130. He was a featherweight champion, right? He was a featherweight champion when he beat Orlando Salido. Okay? Then he won the super featherweight title, I believe, when he beat what you call it, Roman Rocky Martinez. Then he won a 135-pound title versus Dazn Zlatican, okay? Or Zlatikanin, however you call him, you know what I'm saying? Who really hasn't been too active, really. Well, actually, he fought in he fought once this year in November. Before that, he hadn't fought since June of 2018, okay? And then he beat that's for the 135-pound title, and he unified with Robert Easter, and for the IBF and WBA titles. or WBC, excuse me. And then he beat Sergey Limpinets for the 140-pound title, okay, IBF. Josh Taylor's the guy to fight out there, you know what I mean? Really and truly, the guy finally got a pay-per-view fight in his 40th fight, you know what I'm saying? The man has been a pro, and that was in 2019. The guy had been a pro since 2006, you know? Mikey Garcia has made a career out of ducking guys like Gamboa. He ducked that smoke from Gamboa, you know what I'm saying? And he didn't even fight Terrence Crawford, you know what I mean? So with him going to the zone, if he doesn't get a fight with guys, because they have no welterweights over there, let's be honest, they don't. If he's not trying to campaign at 140 and fight Josh Taylor, who's a unified champion, Ring Magazine champion, then Mikey's back to his old tactics, you know what I'm saying? He tried to fool y'all thinking that by him calling out Errol Spence that he's going to bring the pain and he's going to go balls to the wall and fight the fight of his life. Not at all, man. Slim was only looking for his first pay-per-view. And I said it, he's trying to cash out. You know what I'm saying? That's it, because there was a Lomachenko fight looming too, a unification with 3 titles on the line, you know what I mean? Possibly for undisputed now, because shit, the man. Matter of fact, probably not, because maybe at the time it was going to be for undisputed. You know what I mean? I think Mikey had WBC and IBF, the WBA and the WBO. No, the WBO was held by Lomachenko, and the WBA doesn't even matter because Mikey avoided that fight to go ahead and fight Errol Spence. And I'm not those type of people who cause these guys who make stupid career decisions like Kell Brook moving up to fight Triple G. I don't call these guys brave or anything like that. No. Brave is when you go in there and beat the guy. You know what I'm saying? Or make it a very a close fight like Marlon Starling versus Michael Nunn. You know what I mean? Marlon Starling was in no shape or form even visibly hurt in that fight. Made it a very close fight. I believe a majority decision loss. You know what I mean? Now that's brave, especially him jumping 154 pounds at the time. So I don't consider what Mikey Garcia is doing is brave, or even his career decision going to the zone for one fight deal just to fight Jesse Vargas. If you're campaigning at welterweight when you have numerous welterweights to fight over there on PBC, look, he's probably still managed by Al Heyman, and Al Heyman probably told him, "Go ahead, get that bag." You know what I mean? We got all the welterweights here, but if they giving you a lot of money just to fight those weaker tier welterweights on other networks, then go ahead, be my guest, man. I'm your advisor. I'm gonna make you get the most guap, just like Charles Martin. You know what I mean? How Charles Martin went over there to England to fight AJ, and he got paid more than AJ. You know what I'm saying? So Mikey Garcia's made a career of this, man, and Josh Taylor is the fight for him out there. Josh Taylor has been calling Mikey Garcia out since the spring of 2018. Ladies and gents, boxing heads and fight fans around the world, we're going into January of 2020. Mikey Garcia hears all these call-outs, but then he's selecting to fight Jesse Vargas, who looked vulnerable in his fight versus what's that guy's name? Delorme, Thomas Delorme. I had that fight a draw. You know what I mean? He had 2 draws back to back. I might have even had Delorme winning. I can't quite remember. I only watched it the night of. He had a draw with Adrian Broner. You know what I'm saying? He beat an old Humberto Soto, who's a career lightweight. So, Humberto Soto is only in this position because he's probably retired Brandon Rios. You know what I mean? You check it. So, really and truly, actually, and this is the truth of the matter, Jesse Vargas' resume is actually better than Mikey Garcia's. Mikey Garcia don't got no Timothy Bradleys, don't got no Manny Pacquiao's on his resume. Mikey and they share a common opponent, Adrian Broner. Mikey schooled Adrian Broner. I had it 9 rounds to 3, and Jesse, I had it 6 rounds to 6, a draw. So he's fought the better caliber opponents. Saddam Ali, you know what I mean? So I really would hope that look, it's only two things. There's only two things, two ways to go about this. Mikey Garcia signs a one fight deal, still campaigning at welterweight to go fight, and he looks fat. He looks fat from the press conference, man. He does. He does. He don't look like he's in great shape. You know what I mean? Looks a little flabby. Looks a little soft, like he did in the Errol Spence fight. So Mikey Garcia, if he's gonna stay over there on the zone, I have no problem as long as you fight Josh Taylor. But if you're gonna fight to sign a one fight deal with options just to fight the likes of Jesse Vargas, when all the best welterweights on the planet are where you used to be before you got with this DAZN deal, then there's gonna be a lot of ridicule, man, and I'm gonna be on his neck. You know what I mean? Like I have been for his whole career. Only time really I got impressed by Mikey Garcia was how he knocked out and put to sleep Dazn Zlatikin. You know, especially for a guy who had been out the ring for almost 3 years, had one little tune-up fight versus Elroy Rojas. Then he came back in his next fight, a world title fight, and he stopped Dazn Zlatikin in spectacular fashion. I was very impressed. But after that, it's just same old. I did pick him to beat Broner. I knew he would. I knew he'd lose to Spence. But those are the only guys he's really fought, you know what I mean? For a guy who's been a professional since about 2008 or even longer, you know what I mean? So, man, he's trying to be a businessman, trying to strategically move around and in his career to try to take the most winnable fights, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, people got to look at how long this guy's been a boxer, how long he was craving for a pay-per-view, and all the Mikey Garcia fans would came to tell me that he's going to beat up Errol Spence. Mikey Garcia let y'all down, and now he's running over there to the zone to fight Jesse Vargas at welterweight. When there's numerous welterweights for him to fight on PBC. Be Marsh Boxing, leave your thoughts and comments. If you're new to the channel, please share and subscribe. And let's try to push this man, Mikey Garcia, to get in the ring with um, Josh Taylor, who might be vulnerable, who might be in for the taking right now. Possibly a guy who sniffs coke and a guy who's alcoholic or likes to drink a lot. You know what I mean? So if I was Mikey Garcia, that's the fight to make right now. You know what I mean? I don't even understand why Jesse Vargas is an option. It could make for a great fight. I'm not knocking it. I like the fight, but you left the welterweights over there on PBC to sign a one fight deal to fight Jesse Vargas when there's even better numerous options of fighters to fight at 140 pounds over there on the Zone Network. Not welterweights. Be Marsh Boxing, I'm gone. Peace.